Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and today we're going to take a look at the Tangle Alitos from CZT Claudia. And I'm going to just leave it at CZT Claudia because I have no idea how to pronounce the last name. So I'm going to just stay safe. All right, this is an interesting tangle. And um, and different uses for it. If you take a look at the link where I said for more inspiration, you will see Claudia's step out with some samples. And so we're gonna start it more as a border. And but she had some other, like I said, ideas, and one is like to use it as a grid. So that was kind of interesting. All right, so this it starts off with kind of it will say it could be a rectangle, it could be a square, it could be um, I was thinking more rectangle-y than like a giant oval-ish orb. But like I said, I think I'm going to. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, we're gonna. Oh, okay, we're gonna go sideways because I keep wanting to go sideways with it, and apparently that's what I need to do. So, like so. And I wanted to make sure I had enough room because as I was doing my own step out and playing with it, I did it the way she did it, and then and well, I'll show you. So this is the way that Claudia has done it, and also I had a little bit of a challenge with this. So the next step after this is to it was kind of like really long zigzags, but at the end of them they're more squared off. And then I was looking at her step out. Some were squared and some were to a point. I found it easier to. I'll try to do a mix. Let me make sure that I can be seen here. So like starting from the top and going out as far as you want. So I found it easier to do that. So varying lengths. But she kind of has it like this with the little thing on the end, and I kind of understand why. So whatever works for you, because that is how Zentangle is, right? Okay, so we do this, to whatever length you want, and then we're going to create another rectangle-ish orb next to it. Then filling in all of those gaps. Now, let me let's see. Oh, I'm looking at it. Um, Oh yeah, she did have one of the samples, or in the yeah, one of the samples. It looks like she did kind of just leave this the way it was. So I'm gonna fill it in because that's how her original step out is. I think it looks rather neat that way. And then too, if you ended up with things a little too wide or something, you can always course correct and adjust for it as you're filling in. The only thing you can't do is make any of these longer um, or wider. So uh, we can only shave them down and make them smaller. Now, the challenge that I see with doing it just as a zigzag, and mine are kind of thin, or that they kind of disappear because as we're filling in, where the lines come together, that's just like I said, it's going to totally disappear, and that's okay. So here's another thought that I have on this, and I did not put this in the step out. So being that you watch the video, you get the benefit of that. Um, but another thought on this, because I had a bit of a chance, I was like, well, I don't know how far I want to go. And if you're say doing it as a border, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fill in. I'll put a couple more here. There we go. We'll go just off the page like that. To have something's like I'm coming from here, that's fine. But then I this is just me. I need someplace to go usually. Otherwise, then it's one of those. It's kind of like it's the whole random thing. Then I have to take a deep breath and go, okay, just close my eyes and do it type of thing. But this gives you an object to go off of. So with that, and I'm going to try to do, well, let's say we'll do some right to it, and some, I'll try to make some of them more squared. And I'm thinking also that the reason to square them off is because looking at the middle of that, inside the pen line, and it's, it's one of those, it's so tiny. A lot of times we see the pen line, we don't see the inside, and we'll see the inside when we fill in. So that is just okay. It's something to think about. So then, as I fill this in, because where was I looking? Right here. It just dawned on me, like right here. It's like, oh, look at how nice that inside, the white is. And so as I fill in around it, that's the only thing that's going to be visible, is that. So it's almost like thinking of it backwards. At least that's how I'm going to describe it. Okay, then we fill that in, and I do like the fill in because I like the contrast. I think it's nice to have some high contrast tangles at our fingertips. I know some people don't like all the fill in, and that's okay. Well, I was moving that close to me. All right, and then we'll do another. And you could also uh, um, change up the direction if you want to. I know on Claudia's step out, and then the other hardest thing here on my side is doing these. So they're not all. I kept wanting to go to the right to the brick and forgetting that. Oh no, you need to vary these. That kind of helps. But I was saying, yeah, some people don't like all of the fill in, and you know what? We all have our own thing that we really like. We have our own things that we really don't care for, and that's all right. That's why there's, I was going to say hundreds. There's probably thousands of tangles. There's so many. But I like to have some that are contrasted like this, so that way, if I have something that's just a bunch of lines, it's just nice to have that. It makes the others kind of pop a bit. All right, we'll fill that in there. And there we go. And then, this is one, we could always, fill in the other sides. But that is it. Well, I don't. I'll save it for you to go and take a look at how she did it in a grid pattern. Because well, you know what? Let's do. I want to have an extra thing here, but let's just do. Maybe we'll do a 9. Whoa, will that work even? No, I think you have to have 1, 2, 3. Oh no, I could. Yeah. Okay, pen. I think this is one, yes, that I have managed to make into a chisel point because I was not being nice to it. All right, let's do a 9 square, or as close as we can get to it. And really, okay, you have to just decide, well, which ones are going to be the squares. Oh, and then we'll do some shading. These parts, and which are going to be these parts. And I'm going to take from a little bit of what she did there. And let's do this. And it looks, yeah, if I pull 9 squares out of her one sample. All right, so I'm going to do. Did she go to the end? No, not necessarily so much. Yeah, so you'll say I'm having a struggle doing this kind of jaggedy like this, but it does seem to make a difference. Because then you have that separation there too. But it just doesn't feel as comfortable as just going like this. Like that. But yeah, like I said, the beauty of Zentangle is that we can do it however works best for us, and that's, like I said, that's just what's nice about it. Now I'm getting the hang of it. Sometimes you just have to practice a little bit, then you get into the swing of something. Although that one, was getting into such the swing that, look at, I forgot that I wanted to have them being varied. But, um, hmm, I'm just thinking, do I want to do this a little different? Here's what I'm going to do, though. Now, let's go ahead and, yeah, we'll fill those in. That is the beauty of the course correction, is that, oh, well, I can fix those. And I might pause here for a moment, because you don't need to sit and, well, you know what, let me do my, let me tell you a little bit about some other things while I'm doing this, and I will decide how I want to cut those ones down. Let's see, let's cut that right there. You have to love the fill-in. And then you have to remember, okay, wait, which is which? I was nervous for a minute that I was filling in the wrong space, because I did leave quite the gap. There, okay. So this, at the time of this recording, this is part of Inktober Tangle's 2022. We're, gosh, almost wrapping up with that, because this is day 20. Let's see, what is this? It will be day 23 is what this one is for. I always work ahead, so that way when I put them out there, they're out there, at least in my time zone, for the full day. And Inktober Tangles was started, and I do a daily tangle besides. So if you are enjoying this, no, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, of course I appreciate if you subscribe, but only do it if you like it. But I do a daily tangle, and I put it out here on YouTube. I also do, I put class replays. I was actually just getting caught up, so there's a couple class replays that I just added in here. But at least, when you see the Zentangle Quickie, you can know that you can do a tangle a day. Keeps up your skills, keeps up the exploration of different tangles. And this is fun. So Inktober Tangles is just for the month of October. And if you subscribe, if you follow my blog, which if you go to my website, link is in the description, but it's Tangle Addicts.com. And you can subscribe to my blog there. It's in the right hand side, and it just says follow me or something like that. And put your email address in. And up until now, I don't necessarily post daily. I should post my daily tangles there, and I may start doing that. But I have been posting these, and it's nice, because the objective of Inktober Tangles is started by, and I think his first name was Jake. Information is there. If you go to my website, look at the menu, find Inktober Tangles 2022, and at the beginning of each post, I have for more information about Inktober Tangles, and you can click there, and so you can get the story. I have a link to his website as well. But he started this a long time ago as a way to do something in his art for the month of October, and so it just kind of started a craze, and we have fun participating in it. Okay, so there's that. Now that's rather square, and I'm just looking. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to do maybe some rough rounding here in these corners, so it has more. Well, that one's already done, but let's just darken it a little bit, so it looks a little bit more rustic. That's always nice. And then we'll do some shading. But anyway, so if you're interested, do check out those resources. I also have I have a page for my daily tangles, and so I've been doing this, doing a daily tangle. Gosh, have we? I don't. Well, no, in January, I guess it will. I'm trying to think. I think that's when I started seriously putting them out and putting them on here. So it'll be 2 years in January that we've been doing these. And like I said, it's just something to keep you engaged, keeps me engaged, and I explore a bunch of different tangles, and it's fun. Oh, and the center. It's like we can't have this being all so square, not with this kind of tangle. And let's just thicken that whole thing there. I don't like to have the little bumps and things. And if you're still watching, let me just tell you that I appreciate you. I appreciate you hanging in there. Sometimes when I have a thought, and then as I'm going, I don't like to do these, and I like to make sure to keep them as much as I can in one take. And so sometimes if I have a brainstorm, I'm just going to go with it. So I'm thickening these up because I just want them to look even. And that's just my taste. Otherwise, I just have this like rounding, and then it's thin, like right here. Just thicken that up. All right, there we go. So that's another way to do it. And she did one. She put spirals in there. Lots of fun. So different ways, I guess. Well, maybe there are different ways here. So of course you can first, taking a look at these rectangle-y shapes. Oh, let's see if I can get that. You can do like that and just, put some graphite a little ways in. You know, almost like doing an internal aura. We could, let's just do like a side. This will be different ways to attack this. Right? That kind of looks neat too. It's different. Something else could do. Let's see, which way do I like it best? Well, I might as well. I'm going to alternate it. Look at, whatever way that you find that you like to do these. I'm also thinking, and I'm going to do it, I think I'm going to do it on this one. And I'm going to start with that. I'm going to put some graphite at the base of all of these. I was thinking about it for here, but so that's kind of interesting. You could put a little bit at the top too, and just hit whatever is at the top and not all of them. It adds a little something. And then let's just do like a little L shape I'm doing in the lower left corner. You can do the same concepts as we just did. It just, sometimes it makes it look a little bit like stone or something. Oh, neat. It gives it a little something. That's the only word I have. It's just a little something. And that's what we want, right? I mean, you could, like I said, you could do a whole square on the inside. There's so many different ways, and it is just your taste, whatever you like about it. Or whatever floats your boat, as the old saying goes. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, would love to have you click like. Feel free to share it, leave comments, and as I mentioned, if you like me enough to see more, would love to have you be a subscriber to the channel. I've already mentioned the description section. Yes, I always do my own version of the step out, and then include, for more inspiration, the originator of the tangle. So you'll find that, and then below there, link to my website, link to our fabulous Facebook community. So if you happen to be on Facebook, want to join us, that'd be great. Let me also mention on my website, if you are interested in taking classes online, I do them almost twice weekly. I have a lot of them are free. Thursdays, I do what's called Tangle Time. It's an hour. We take a tangle or two, just depends, and we explore it and have a lot of fun. So would love to have you join us there. Feel free to you know, leave any questions that you might have. But it would just be lovely to connect and tangle with you. All right. So with that, thanks so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.